What is going on, Trash Talkers? We're back with another episode for you. Today's video, we're going to be talking about ESPN's top 10 quarterback rankings. All that and much more coming your way right now! All right, Nick. ESPN just recently came out with their top 10 quarterback list, and I thought it was pretty interesting. And I know you haven't looked at it as of right now, so this is your genuine reaction to this list. But I wanted to kind of go over it and see if we would change anything, how we would redo this list. But let's start off with ranking these players. Starting off at number 10, we have Kyler Murray from the Arizona Cardinals. At number 9, we have Justin Herbert of the Los Angeles Chargers. At number 8, we have Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens. At number 7, we have Dak Prescott of the Dallas Cowboys. At number 6, we have Matthew Stafford of the Los Angeles Rams. Number 5, Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills. Number 4, Russell Wilson of the Seattle Seahawks. Number 3, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 2, Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers, for now. And number 1, Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs. So, taking a look at this list, what are the biggest surprises? What really stands out to you? Good, bad, and different? What's the one thing that really just caught your eye?
Well, I'll tell you exactly who's not on this list is Deshaun Watson. Where is this guy? I'm still searching for Deshaun Watson. What's going on here?
Right, so there is an editor's note on this list, and it says the original quarterback ballot sent to voters included Deshaun Watson of the Houston Texans, who finished 4th in last year's poll. Watson was removed from the rankings, however, due to his uncertain status for the 2021 season. He faces 22 active lawsuits alleging sexual assault and inappropriate behavior. At least 8 of those accusers have spoken to police, according to reports. The NFL is investigating the matter. So, that is the editor's note on this list. This is why they didn't include Deshaun Watson. However, if you're not going to include Deshaun Watson, I would have to assume you can't include Aaron Rodgers in this list either.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that sentiment, but you also have to say that he's not under police investigation, so he could play at any moment in time when he feels like it, because it could be week 15, and he's like, I want to come back to the NFL, and some teams can be like, okay, we're open. Come to us, because that's just how it is. Aaron Rodgers is that good, and he definitely deserves to be on this list. But that's another point of contention for me, is how Tom Brady is below him on this list. How they say Aaron Rodgers, a guy he beat twice last year, is better than him. We're a year removed, not even a full year removed, from Aaron Rodgers losing twice, once at home and once away, to Tom Brady, and then Tom Brady ended up going on to win the Super Bowl against the number 1 quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. I'll agree Patrick Mahomes is the number 1 quarterback. That's pretty clear. Tom Brady is number 2. He is still kicking. He is still winning championships. This man is on top of the world right now. There's nothing getting in his way, and you can't just say because he is in his mid-40s now that he's going to start slowing down. They were saying that 10 years ago. It's just, you can't say anything negative about Tom Brady because of his age, that he's turning into a bad quarterback now. No, he's getting better with age. I got to go based on facts, and facts show that Tom Brady is a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. So this is kind of like my biggest bugaboo about this whole listing and people talking about ranking quarterbacks or just players in general, right? When you take a look, especially with players that have a head-to-head record, I tend to favor the head-to-head record. I tend to favor their stats and everything that they've done. I get that this is heading into 2021, but the fact that we're not talking about Tom Brady as the number 1 quarterback, I mean, What's the idea of the quarterback to lead your team? That they are the head of every single franchise.
Yes.
And Tom Brady led his team to a Super Bowl in his first year with no offseason, with learning a brand new playbook for the first time in his 20-year career, not being in Foxborough. I mean, there were so many things pitted against him. He wins a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay.
Let,
I just
but
think that
let me
at the
use
end,
let me use the same argument that every commenter is using right now. Put Patrick Mahomes on the Buccaneers and Tom Brady on the Chiefs and see if Tom Brady can beat the Buccaneers with that team. It's just like I agree with that. Like Patrick Mahomes does not have the same weapons around him that Tom Brady does. So Tom Brady definitely has a leg up there. But I still believe Tom Brady is still in the same echelon. Tom Brady is still the greatest of all time, and he's still playing at that level. You've got to put him there at number 2 because Aaron Rodgers has never been as good as Tom Brady.
well, and that's the thing. People always argued before, like early in Brady's career. Was it Brady or was it Manning? Who did you have? Then Manning kind of fell off. He had the injuries, didn't really, he fell off. And then all of a sudden it was Aaron Rodgers. Is it Brady or is it Rodgers? And then Aaron Rodgers really didn't get back to a Super Bowl ever. So then now Patrick Mahomes comes along. Is it Brady or is it Mahomes? After how many times do you have to bring somebody up to the level and be like, is it this guy or Brady? Brady's the guy. Brady has always been the guy. He just always has been. So, and listen, I'm a Patriots fan. You guys all know that by now. Nick is too. But at the end of the day, Tom Brady is the GOAT for a reason. He is the best quarterback. And to even think about underestimating this man is just foolishness at this point. But I want to get away from the top 3 specifically, and I want to revisit the back end of this list. Taking a look at number 10 and number 9, this was kind of what stood out to me, that Justin Herbert, after not even a full season under center for the Chargers, his rookie season gets placed not only on the top 10 quarterback list, but ahead of Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, who also got AJ Green added to his wide receiver list this year. Kyler Murray, who with this explosive offense that they now have. Justin Herbert, again, I understand what he did, and I'm a huge Justin Herbert fan. At the end of the day, I just can't justify Justin Herbert being number 9 and Kyler Murray being number 10.
When we put it into context, though, Kyler Murray was in that system for years now with Cliff Kingsbury. His offense got stronger with the addition of DeAndre Hopkins, and they still missed the playoffs alongside the Chargers. But the Chargers improved from the season prior, where it was a new system for Herbert. It was a bad system overall under Anthony Lynn, and they still performed fairly decent compared to the rest of the league. I think when you put it all together, Justin Herbert proved a lot more, and Kyler Murray has not proven to be an elite quarterback, especially worthy of that number 1 overall pick. I just think that Justin Herbert showed flashes of greatness a little bit more than Kyler Murray did last season. So I agree with him being here at number 9, especially ahead of Kyler Murray.
I mean, you talked about Justin Herbert progressing the Chargers. Well, they went from 5 wins in 2019 to 6 wins in 2020. So not really progressing. Kyler Murray, on the other hand, had the play of the year. He's an incredible talent. And again, we're talking about a guy, you said he missed the playoffs. We're talking about a guy that led his team to do everything that they could in a division where 3 out of 4 teams made the playoffs. It's not like he's facing off against the Denver Broncos twice a year or the Las Vegas Raiders twice a year. He's got Seattle, he's got the Rams, and he's got San Francisco. That's one hell of a
okay. It's also
really
it's not like
against.
Justin Herbert doesn't have the number 1 quarterback in the league to face twice a year.
That's one team versus 3. I'll take going to the AFC West versus the NFC West anytime.
Is Jimmy Garoppolo an elite quarterback? No.
No, not at all.
Okay. Was Jared Goff an elite quarterback? No.
No.
So Kyler Murray was really the number 2 quarterback in his division.
No. Yeah, he was the number 2 quarterback in his division, and his team
and he ended
let
4th.
him down specifically on the defensive side of the ball.
He should have been able to do more on that offense, especially with a guy like DeAndre Hopkins right there. And then you still have Larry Fitzgerald, who's a great wide receiver, and Christian Kirk, who's an up-and-comer. It's not like this team didn't have weapons.
I just don't agree. I think Justin Herbert, coming off a rookie season, should not be ranked number 9. At minimum, he needs to be number 10. I understand that people are high on him, and rightfully so, but he should not be higher than Kyler Murray. Lamar Jackson being number 8 is a tough one for me as well. Last year, he was ranked 6th going into the season. He moves down 2 spots here, which is it's interesting to me because he struggles throwing the football so much, and if you're not going to include a player like Cam Newton on this list, and rightfully so, then why is Lamar Jackson on this list? Because he's so electric with his feet. Well, so is Cam Newton. I mean,
No, they're in different echelons. Is Michael Vick is way better than Cam Newton running the football. Lamar Jackson's better than Michael Vick. You've got to just
no.
put them into their right places. Lamar Jackson is better than
Oh,
anybody else running the football as a quarterback, and he's also able to throw the ball. It's not like he's not horrible at throwing the ball. It's not like Terrell Pryor's out there throwing the football. Lamar Jackson's better than that, and he's improving. He also didn't have great weapons around him to help him out and help him develop as a throwing quarterback. That's why I think he'll have a better season this year. But I think that Lamar Jackson is definitely a top 10 quarterback because there isn't a defense out there that can easily stop this guy.
and then at number 7 we have Dak Prescott, who last year was ranked number 9. So I'm just kind of confused how he was able to move up 2 spots after missing more than half of the season with that gruesome leg injury. I understand what he put on for the first 5 games was everything spectacular, but at the end of the day, he did miss 11 games last year. I don't know how you can say that he moves up in the ranking versus staying put because we didn't see enough to move the needle one way or another.
No, I agree with you here, Dak Prescott. He had a lot of success in those few games he played, but again, it's just not enough to put up against these guys to say that he's better than them. He was better than them last season. I think he probably should be here at the bottom of the list at number 10.
Yeah. And then, I look at number 6, Matthew Stafford. Last year he was 10. He moves up to 6 because he's in Sean McVay's system. He's going to be with Cooper Cup and Robert Woods and that whole offense there. I understand that. Josh Allen last year was unranked, going all the way up to number 5 this year. What an incredible leap, and deservedly so. I think he absolutely belongs in the middle of this list because he has shown us that he has a tendency to continue to progress year after year after year. So I'm excited to see what comes out of him. That my One of my bigger concerns though is Russell Wilson at number 4. We talked about Aaron Rodgers not belonging at 2. I believe that Russell Wilson needs to move up in that as well. I believe he's better than Aaron Rodgers. I think that he's a better all-around quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. You can tell me that Aaron Rodgers has that arm and he has that it factor, but at the end of the day, Russell Wilson is a more accomplished quarterback. He is a better leader of his team. He has all the intangibles. He is respected in his locker room versus Aaron Rodgers. I mean, there are so many things that go into being a quarterback. I think Russell Wilson has to be ranked higher than Aaron Rodgers, which would move him up to 3 and Rodgers down to 4.
I agree with you in the sense that Russell Wilson's a better leader and he's a better off the field player and person, but Aaron Rodgers was the MVP last season. He was the guy last year, and it was very hard to stop him. And he didn't have a lot of great weapons. Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones aside, there is nobody else on this roster. It's equivalent to the Saints offense, yet the Packers made it to the NFC Championship game. The Packers were a great team because of Aaron Rodgers. There's nobody out there, and we'll see it this upcoming season when Jordan Love takes over. There's nobody out there that can take over this offense and do exactly what Aaron Rodgers was doing. Because he was MVP last season, I think that he belongs ahead of Russell Wilson. You still have to give the guy his respect. He's a multi-time MVP. He's won the Super Bowl just like Russell Wilson. So I mean those balance each other out. But as of right now, Aaron Rodgers is playing better football.
I just don't agree. I think that, Aaron Rodgers, while he did win MVP, I believe that Russell Wilson, if you were to switch these guys and give Russell Wilson that offensive line, and he would actually have time in the pocket, would be able to excel and actually be able to do so much more than what Aaron Rodgers does, because you have to account for his ability to run and really move out of the pocket and create with his legs. Aaron Rodgers can move the pocket and go east to west, but he's not a threat to go downfield any stretch with his legs. No way. They're not worried about that. They just want to contain him into the pocket. So I think that Russell Wilson behind that offensive line would have done much more. That's just my personal opinion. I'm higher on Russell Wilson than I am on Aaron Rodgers.
You know, you prefer Russell Wilson. I personally prefer Russell Wilson, but as of right now, I'm thinking Aaron Rodgers is playing better football and he deserves to be ranked higher.
All right. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let us know in the comments down below who should be on this list, that isn't on this list. Tell us who is too high, who's too low. I want to hear from you guys, so let us know in the comments down below. All right, that'll be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.